In the first place, you are so much closer to the issue than I am, and I can observe that from a distance. But it seems to me that, of course, the Turkish position in this very complicated set of issues is defined by its own unique position and attitude. On the one hand, it still carries on the legacy and the fact that it took a step in occupying parts of Cyprus and acting militarily there. And the issue of Cyprus is still to be sorted out. Secondly, the tensions between Greece and Turkey are long-standing, and for the duration it is often Turkey which is acting in a difficult way. Turkey has also played a very, very distinct position even when it was a member of NATO. It did not always observe the NATO policy, and all too often it singled itself out. It separated itself from the policies of NATO, so it cannot blame anyone else for isolating Turkey. Often Turkey has taken a lone position. Furthermore, Turkey has an interest in the pipelines that go through Turkey. It has its own energy considerations, but also it has its own considerations with countries to its north, including Russia. So the overall game that Turkey is playing in light of all these considerations, coupled with the very coloring that the unique personality of Erdogan is giving his fierce nationalism, his all too aggressive behavior, the way he's giving us much difficulties, the way he supports some of the more extreme elements among the Palestinians, is not exactly a friendly presence or one who practices restraint and cooperation in his vicinity. That's a pity. We wanted to resolve the problem, but he has consistently misbehaved in that domain and pursued what he believes to be his country's policies, also playing on populist tendencies and Islamic tendencies within Turkey. So when you put all this together, it is clear that Turkey, by its own choice, is not on the same wavelength on many issues as the other participants in this multilateral. It has different positions, different tendencies, different style, different even friction with a number of the countries involved that creates this condition. Now, it would have been very simple for Turkey to be part of a truly universal association of the nations, say, of the Mid and Eastern Mediterranean, if there were certain basic common policies to which it agrees, to which it commits itself. And this is not something which is beyond the possibility, but I don't see that being practiced by the current government, and that is why we have what we have. Mind you, at certain points, Israel had contacts with Turkey about a pipeline to Turkey. So even the various energy exportation options and possibilities there are many of them, and there's a kind of a variable geometry into different possibilities and different commercial and national arrangements. On top of which, you have also the Russians involved, even Russian companies. Gazprom, you can find its address in Cyprus.